The Bible offers scenes from heaven, majestic thrones, golden streets, and choirs of angels. But the Book of Enoch? It unveils a far more mysterious and mind-bending vision, towering realms, fiery angelic beings, and cosmic secrets hidden from most believers. This book, although not included in biblical canon, hides treasures of forbidden mysteries. What did Enoch witness about heaven that goes beyond the pages of Scripture? Imagine standing beside this righteous man who walked with God as he takes us beyond earthly boundaries on a journey through 10 breathtaking levels of heaven. These realms are filled with divine beings, radiant beauty, and unimaginable holiness. But Enoch's vision carries an even deeper message. Heaven is a place of perfect order, divine justice, and splendor that reflects God's infinite glory. Let's begin by exploring the very first heaven. According to the Book of Enoch, this realm might sound familiar. It's the sky above us, filled with clouds, winds, and shifting weather patterns. But Enoch describes it as much more than just a place of atmospheric phenomena. It's a space brimming with divine purpose. Here, angels oversee treasuries where snow, hail, rain, and dew are carefully stored, awaiting their appointed time to be released on the earth. These aren't chaotic warehouses, but meticulously organized realms governed by angels under God's direct command. Every raindrop, snowflake, or hailstone isn't random. It follows divine instructions as part of God's intricate design. This echoes what we find in Job 38:22, where God asks, "Have you entered the storehouses of the snow, or seen the storehouses of hail?" From soft drizzles to powerful storms, everything in nature operates under divine supervision, and that's just the first level. Now let's ascend further into the second heaven, where the mysteries deepen. The second heaven, as Enoch describes, isn't just dark, it's oppressive, filled with gloom and a chilling sense of captivity. Shadows stretch endlessly across a realm where even light seems afraid to enter. But this isn't just a place of emptiness, it's a prison. Here, fallen angels, once majestic and radiant beings, are bound in chains, waiting for their final judgment. These aren't ordinary angels, they're the Watchers. They abandoned their divine calling, descended to earth, and corrupted humanity by sharing forbidden knowledge and leading mankind into rebellion. Enoch stands witness to their grim fate. These once glorious beings who stood in God's presence are now reduced to prisoners, confined in misery and cut off from the light of His glory. Their punishment is both physical and spiritual, a separation from divine hope and eternal peace. This haunting scene serves as a stark reminder. Not even the mightiest are beyond the reach of God's authority. Divine justice, though sometimes delayed, is always certain. But just when it feels like the darkness will never lift, Enoch ascends higher, into the third heaven. What he finds there couldn't be more different. This realm bursts forth with indescribable beauty and radiant light. It's where the Garden of Eden still thrives, untouched by the corruption that tainted the earthly realm. Imagine rivers of crystal-clear water flowing gently through landscapes of lush greenery. Trees shimmer with a heavenly glow, bearing fruits more vibrant than anything on earth. The air is fragrant with the scent of divine life itself. Enoch sees that this isn't just a memory of paradise, it's a living, eternal sanctuary sustained by God's presence. Here the souls of the righteous dwell, waiting for their final resurrection and reward. They aren't in sorrow or longing, but resting in perfect peace, basking in the joy of God's nearness. These are those who lived faithfully, enduring trials and temptations, but never losing sight of their ultimate hope. Their earthly struggles are over, replaced by divine fulfillment and eternal joy. Ascending further, Enoch finds himself in a realm of astonishing celestial order, the fourth heaven. Here, the sun, moon, stars, and planets aren't just floating aimlessly in a vast expanse. They follow a meticulously designed system, moving with absolute precision under the governance of angels. Every sunrise, every phase of the moon, every shimmering constellation adheres to divine instruction. Enoch marvels as he sees the sun rise and set along its appointed path, the moon waxing and waning, and the stars fixed in dazzling constellations, each reflecting the sovereign will of God over time, seasons, and cosmic events. There's no randomness here. The fourth heaven declares a profound truth. God is a God of perfect order. Just as the heavens obey His commands, so does every moment of time fall within His control. Lamentations 3:23 reminds us that God's mercies are new every morning. Great is your faithfulness. Just as the sun rises without fail each day, we can trust in God's unwavering faithfulness. This celestial vision is a reminder for us. His timing is flawless. Whether it's seasons changing or prayers being answered, His delays are never denials. They are precise parts of His grand design. But the fifth heaven presents a stark and surprising shift in atmosphere. Instead of radiant splendor, Enoch encounters a scene filled with sorrow and silence. Mighty angels, once fierce warriors of God, now sit solemnly, consumed by a deep, mysterious grief. Their sorrow is palpable, though Enoch doesn't reveal every detail behind their mourning. What's clear is that heaven, often imagined solely as a place of unending joy, also carries the weight of divine responsibility. These angels were once entrusted with critical missions, perhaps to guard, lead, or fulfill divine plans. Yet for some reason, whether through circumstances, misjudgments, or even disobedience, they failed to fully carry out their tasks. Their mourning offers a powerful reflection. God's call, whether to angelic beings or humans, isn't just about obedience but about faithfulness in completing what He entrusts to us. Yet even in their grief, there's hope. These angels remain in heaven, a testament to God's boundless grace. Their presence reminds us that failure is never the end of the story. Just as these heavenly beings continue in God's presence despite their sorrow, we too are offered redemption and new opportunities. When we fall short, God doesn't cast us away. He invites us to learn from our mistakes, realign with His plan, and step forward in renewed purpose. In the fifth heaven, the message is clear. Don't be paralyzed by regret. God's grace is stronger than our failures. In the sixth heaven, Enoch witnesses a magnificent and awe-inspiring gathering, an angelic council where celestial beings unite in vibrant harmony. This realm is a hub of divine activity, alive with purpose, as angels deliberate and carry out God's commands. The angels in this council radiate a brilliance that reflects the holiness of God. Their faces shine with purity, their very presence illuminating the surroundings with an ethereal light. Each angel has a unique role, carefully crafted to contribute to the divine order that governs both heaven and earth. As Enoch observes, the council engages in thoughtful discussions, offering insights and strategies to fulfill the will of God. There's an evident sense of purpose as each angel, despite their immense power and glory, humbly submits to God's authority. The sixth heaven paints a picture of divine order and obedience, one that calls us to reflect on our own commitment to God. The unwavering dedication of these angels to fulfill God's commands serves as a reminder for us all. No matter how great we may become, humility and submission to God's will is at the heart of true greatness. Next, the seventh heaven takes Enoch to the very heart of divine majesty. Here, he stands before the throne of God, surrounded by countless angels, all worshiping Him in unceasing reverence. This is the pinnacle of heavenly glory, a realm where God's presence shines with overwhelming light. Enoch beholds the throne of God, radiating purity and power. It stands as the center of all existence, a focal point where all of creation converges in worship. The imagery of this throne room is not just about a physical space. It represents the ultimate reality of God's sovereignty over all creation. Everything in heaven revolves around worshiping God, and every being, whether angelic or human, is created to glorify His name. This vision fills Enoch with awe and wonder, reminding him that heaven is ultimately about God's glory. Worship in this realm isn't just an act we perform, it is the essence of existence itself. The eighth heaven reveals the unfathomable nature of God's wisdom. Here, God is not just a distant creator, He's an active participant in every intricate detail of our lives. The knowledge in this realm speaks to God's sovereignty, revealing how every piece of the universe fits perfectly within His grand design. Enoch sees how human understanding is limited, yet God's perspective spans all time, weaving together every thread of existence into a magnificent tapestry of His will. The eighth heaven teaches that our finite understanding cannot fully grasp God's infinite wisdom, but we can trust that He oversees all things, even the smallest details of our lives. As Enoch moves into the ninth heaven, he finds himself in a realm bathed in light and glory, a sanctuary of divine holiness. The atmosphere here is thick with reverence, and Enoch is struck by the undeniable reality that God sees all things. Nothing is hidden from His gaze. In this realm, countless books are revealed to Enoch, meticulously recording every person's deeds. These books are not just for show. They contain the record of each person's actions, waiting to be opened at the day of judgment. The ninth heaven emphasizes that every action, every choice is seen and known by God. Finally, in the 10th heaven, Enoch stands before the ultimate reality of divine judgment. This sacred space is where God's final plans for creation converge, culminating in the ultimate reckoning. The atmosphere here is charged with both fear and awe, as the majesty of God on His throne prepares to render judgment. In this realm, Enoch feels the weight of eternity pressing in. This is where all of creation's fate will be sealed, where God's final justice will be meted out. It is a sobering moment, filled with an overwhelming sense of both awe and terror, as God's authority and righteousness will be fully displayed. The 10 heavens described in the Book of Enoch offer us an awe-inspiring and sobering glimpse into the spiritual realities that lie beyond the visible world. These realms are not just fantastical descriptions, but are meant to remind us of some very key principles. The message of the Book of Enoch is undeniable. God is sovereign. His judgment is sure and His promises are true. This vision challenges us to set our hearts on things above, where God's glory and purpose reign supreme, urging us to live not for the fleeting pleasures of this world, but for the eternal joy and peace found in His presence.